So I was in custom packs today working on something else, and isn't that always the way where you're trying to get something specific and it ends up turning into a different build altogether? But someone had requested a particular build and I was trying to get it. It was mostly summon related, so this pack is pretty much all the summon pets in the game, plus weakness, the stuff you would expect to support the summon units. And I haven't yet got the run that I wanted for the request, but I did get this. And we're going with a double sea urchin at the front. And I'm sure I've probably spoiled it in the thumbnail already, but what I want to do is have Pteranodon repeat the sea urchin ability and try and remove as much health as possible from the front 3 units. And then that will make them much easier to kill with whatever else we fill out the squad with. Now, strangely enough, this is actually a build that would have still been possible with the first version of Pteranodon on the test server. So initially, what they did was made it so that Pteranodon would only activate on tier 2 or lower pets at level 1, and then tier 4 or lower at level 2, and then anything will work at level 3. And so one of the things that you would have probably ended up doing if that test version had made it to the live would have been having a sea urchin from the beginning, so that when you get your level 1 Pteranodon, you'll have a unit ready to go for it to repeat. But that version of Pteranodon has now been consigned to an alternate timeline, and instead we're going to get a completely different ability, and I'm sure I'll make a video about it when it eventually comes out. But I thought that this was kind of a fitting way to send off the current very broken version of Pteranodon. And as broken as it is, and I've mentioned it many times in other videos, it is super fun to play. There are a lot of the broken pets, like, I don't really enjoy playing them, but Pteranodon just has so many uses. You know, you're pilling stuff in the shop and getting double value. You're triggering stuff in battle and getting double value. You can make a lot of kind of spectacular things happen that would otherwise be impossible. And so what I decided to do for this run was put Rhino inside a Beluga, and therefore if the pets at the front of the opposing team are taken down to almost 1 health, then the Rhino will be able to delete them much more easily and create a chain reaction. Now here I actually accidentally bought the chocolate and replaced the Rhino with the secretary bird. So I'm going to have to find another Rhino now. And here the sea urchin reduces that hippo so that it can't actually activate its ability. It gets one shot by the Beluga. Another chocolate, but now I need to find another Rhino. We're on turn 9, so I can't find Pteranodon yet. There is also Blobfish, which is very fortunate. And here, because I was just kind of messing around and I wasn't working on the specific build that someone had requested, I'm happy just to mess around with the 4 squad and hope that it's good enough. I mean, we've got 4 hearts, so definitely a position where I can be experimenting a bit. And this is another team that has a bunch of golden pack units. They've got the squid, which isn't going to do anything because the Nyala's health is down to 1. And then Rhino is going to clear up. So the 4 squad is working out pretty well. And now we get the Pteranodon in. And one of the huge advantages of Pteranodon is the fact that you can pill Blobfish in front of it and it will immediately become level 2. So we actually get a pill as well. In fact, I didn't need to freeze that Blobfish because the level 2 Pteranodon is going to be perfect. So another hippo. Are the activations from the sea urchin going to be enough? Absolutely not. And I mean, reducing 5 health is fine, but when the hippo is regenerating 6 health for every kill, it's not really going to work out too well when the sea urchin doesn't have high attack. Maybe I could have altered the pack. I mean, I was just playing with the same pack, but I could have maybe altered it to be to have Mongoose, to potentially put Peanut on the sea urchin, and that would just prevent those kinds of chain reactions from happening. Although you can see hippo with melon as well, but maybe a bit less common. I think I did have Scorpion in the pack, so if I was playing Stork, you know, there would be a chance for the rhino, the hippo to get cheesed by the scorpion. So you can see here how much health we remove from the opposing team. But unfortunately, the pillbug has exactly the right amount of attack to one-shot the rhino there. And yeah, we'll use one of the Pteranodon triggers to activate the mammoth, which is probably one of the most fun uses for it, getting +4/4 from the mammoth. But now, next turn, we'll only get one activation from the sea urchin at the front. I mean, it's one activation either way for the one at the front, but the second one won't get activated. And of course, beluga doesn't count as a faint pet, so Pteranodon does not double it. Crocodile team, but I love it when the potato absorbs a bunch of snipes and the Pteranodon survived. It wouldn't have mattered anyway, I don't think. And now we're just really looking for more Pteranodons. You know, having a second one and then tripling the effect of the front sea urchin would be incredible. I do buy the lemon on the turkey here, and then I immediately roll a sloth. So maybe the first time I've had a sloth in a video and not spoiled it in the thumbnail, but I was kind of annoyed really that it came along here. I haven't had one for weeks, and this was a situation where I felt like this team could actually win if I get a couple of mushrooms on the sea urchins. Although probably at this point, instead of having a single level 1, 2 level 2s, I should have had a single level 3. But I think here, yeah, it's going to be fine. Rhino's base stats change means that when it gets spit out from beluga, whale or stork, it's just absolutely gargantuan compared to what it used to be. Another Pteranodon, although I really just want to find the chocolate now and hope that somehow this team can win. But I guess since we don't find any, I will take the level up. Actually here it would have been a perfect situation if I'd found blobfish and pill. You know, pilling the blobfish with the Pteranodon and getting 2 chocolates onto the sloth in one go. And this looks like a perfect opponent for the rhino to go nuts on. And it's going to instant kill the German Shepherd, Spino, and the Orca. But of course, the back Spino survives. And although we get a second chain reaction, it's not going to have quite enough damage there. And yeah, the poor sloth can't quite do enough to beat the Spino. Another chocolate, probably better spent on the Pteranodon. Actually, I guess it doesn't make any difference on the Pteranodon until I find the mushroom, which I have not yet. But of course, now we're down to 1 heart. Level 2 sloth, and it's jellyfish, clownfish plus double lynx. And this exact same team I have faced, I don't know, a huge number of times today. And the lynx just has too much health to allow the chain reaction to go all the way. So I wanted to show that run first because I had the sloth. But here is another one, and here we've already got the level 3 sea urchin. I think in this one I had decided that it would be better just to have the sea urchin level 3 and then look for the mushroom straight away. But it is such a satisfying effect to see it kind of ripple through the opposing team and remove all that health. Although here it's going to result in a 1 HP loss. I wonder if that person's a streamer. It said Space Egg Live, and I've never seen that channel before. So I'm looking for Pteranodon. No, I'm not. I'm only on turn 9, so there's no Pteranodon available yet. And yeah, I decide not to buy anything, and we'll just keep rolling. And then I roll triple shark. So I mean, I have to take that. Definitely better than level 1 turkey. And I could also pill something as soon as I get the shark online, and then we'll get +4, +8, I think it is, straight away. We will win this time. The back monkey wasn't quite strong enough. So turkey can go. Although maybe I should have just sold the stork there since it's barely above base stats. And I think I actually just pill the betta fish onto the sea urchin. And we're going to get the +4, +8 on the shark. How that hasn't been changed on the test server yet, I don't know. Another team with crocodile, but this time the shark survives. Actually, I guess this is the first turn with the shark, and we still lose anyway. Probably not the best time to run the 4 squad, but I do find a mushroom here, and I think I put it on the mammoth rather than the sea urchin. I can't remember. But I do want to pill the mammoth, and then that will give us +8/+8 onto the whole team. And I do only have level 1 Stork here. I mean, Stork is super strong, but at level 1, it's not great. Opposing shark. But I think we're probably ending up towards the classic 2 sharks trade with each other ending. Oh no, we actually win this one. I must be thinking of a different run from earlier today. I've played a lot of games on this pack today. And we do actually get the level 2 Pteranodon straight away, which is very nice. And I moved the sea urchin to the front to get the quadruple Pteranodon effect. However, it's another snipe team and everything gets deleted. So we're going to lose here as well, despite the mammoth giving huge stats. That's another team I've played many times today, although usually that was a good team to face, because their stats were so poor that if you have a couple of potatoes or lemons, you are pretty much guaranteed to win. So I'm going to bring in a second Pteranodon. I really just want to see the sea urchin go wild and reduce, the front 3 units of the opposing team to by 20 or 30 health, whatever the max is. I think here, do I run the Pteranodon separately? I probably should have just mushroomed the level 1 Pteranodon there. But I mushroomed the Stork instead. And another team that I've played many times today. Thankfully, the volley from the lionfish doesn't kill all the Pteranodons. In fact, that one gets the trigger before it dies. And we end up removing almost all the stats on the opposing team. And although the gorilla replaces the melon with the coconut, it doesn't really make any difference. We're going to get through, and the shark is massive at level 2. So I think here I do combine the Pteranodons just because they kept getting sniped. Although, like I said, I could have just put the mushroom on the small one. I suppose it depends what else we find here. Another sea urchin. Okay, maybe it's time to get greedy and run the 2 sea urchins again. So we'll put the weak one up front. Maybe I should have put the bigger one at the front to try and reduce the likelihood of setting off any hippo chains or something like that. Here's a space egg again, and this team, I kept facing this team with the frilled dragon turtle. But almost all the health on the frilled dragon is going to get removed. It's so funny to see that. Kind of rare to see teams that have that low health at this later stage, but I'll take it. And again, the shark is surplus to requirements. And we take the level up on the stork. And I think here I mushroom the other. Okay, I'm just going to go for level 3 Pteranodon, because now we'll still get 3 sea urchin activations, but I'm now going to move the weaker one back. Makes sense. I think the shark is probably high enough health that we don't expect to get sniped. 50-50 gorilla, 23 health hippo behind, but the sea urchin chain reaction is just reducing that health so much. And the hippo ends up on 3 HP. Now we are still in danger depending on what happens here, but we get the octopus, we kill one of the backline units, and yeah, we're fine. The warthog is unnecessary again, and the shark is the sole survivor. So kind of a glimpse into what might have been for the new Pteranodon, but when the update does finally release, we'll get to work on coming up with combos with the brand new ability.